Well, welcome back, my friends, to another rousing rendition of Choir Boys Cutlery Outdoors, a Work Tough Gear Elbrus rendition, if you will. Listen, guys, there was a time in this country where 22 veterans a day took their own lives. Now, that number's going down, stats show, but anything above zero is unacceptable. Vets, we love you. You have a place here. We're back to blue over here. We support Leo to the chagrin of many. How do you do that, Scab? Well, I try not to break the damn law anymore. And finally, if you are an addict, and this is big, never quit quitting. So, let's just jump into this thing right now. It is the Elbrus. It is full tang. It is SK85. The Rockwell is 56 to 58. Overall length is 12.2 inches. Blade length is 6.7 inches. Cutting edge is 6.3 inches. Blade thickness is 0.196. It is typical Work Tough Gear, saber grind with convex cutting edge, a spear point. This is a little different. The handle grips are canvas micarta. They are easily removed to clean and things like that. But I'm going to tell you, this is some of the most comfortable handle grips I've put my hands on. Great jimping on the back. It's got a nice choil there. The knife weighs 14 ounces. The whole kit and caboodle. It comes with a black Kydex sheath that I'm going to pop a tech lock on and EDC this bad boy. Overall, it's 15.9 ounces. Here's the deal. Y'all know, and I've made this clear, when I do a knife, I don't look up any specs. I don't look up any thoughts from the designer. I believe Vic Lynn was the designer of this. Let me just say this. Donnie B All-day, Zeke Minacho, Bill Harsey are my favorite designers. Vic Lynn is now in that category. Awesome guy. Awesome dude, great knife designer. I love the comfort of this. I love the feel of this. Now, here's the deal. My first thought, as soon as I took it out of the box, was this is a combat utility knife. And that word utility is paramount. I can't stab anybody anymore. I can't knife fight anybody anymore. I will go to jail. So we're going to focus on the utility part. It is supremely comfortable. Now here we're doing the Donnie B All-day drop test. We're going to do the Donnie B All-day throw it at the stump test. I'm going to do a lot of shout outs at the end, but let me just say this. Grugs from Legion TACTICOOL. Grugs. Legion TACTICOOL is one of my primary shout outs. Now again, I'm going to do more at the end, but Grugs is an awesome dude. Grugs was a big supporter of me getting with Work Tough Gear. He loves Work Tough Gear, loves Vic Lynn, loves their products. He's got some of the older stuff, and I'm jealous. So shout out to Legion TACTICOOL. Go check that guy out. He's an awesome dude. Now, I took the knife with me to work today, and I'm going to show you several different times throughout the video, just some different looks. It is a gorgeous blade, in my opinion. I love the SK85. They just do a monster job with it, man. These canvas micarta handles are just phenomenal. And now, here's the deal. I don't know when these are going to drop. I would think soon. There's several. They usually drop a couple knives a month. And guys, you just got to pay attention to the website or go to their Facebook page and check them out. Because when they drop, they can do big runs, small runs, whatever. But I'm telling you, I love this knife. And let me say, I don't work for Work Tough Gear. So before somebody puts a dumbass comment in the thing, I'll deal with all that tomorrow night on my live. Now, right here, guys, y'all seen how quick it went through that tire. And we're going to chop this 2x6 right here. And what I was saying earlier, guys, is this. I love Work Tough Gear. I support Work Tough Gear. I would bet my life on Work Tough Gear. Okay? I have nothing to do with the way they do drops or anything like that. People like to, oh, you get one because you're a YouTuber. Well, I got one because I'm a good YouTuber. How about that? Year 3 is going to be different for old Scab boys and girls, because not only is this a rousing rendition, this is a I don't give a shit rendition what anybody thinks. I love this knife. It's a great knife, and I'm sure they're going to do a drop of them soon. But now back to the point. I got a little distracted there. Combat utility, okay? This 2x6 right here is some of that pressure-treated wood. Now, this was a first for Choir Boys Cutlery. I got about halfway through this thing, spun it, and my neighbors have gotten into this thing where we want to stop and talk to Scab. Hey, what are you doing, man? well, I got a camera set up and I'm chopping on this board, but let me, and they just keep talking. So I stop, I reset, go talk to them for a minute and come back. You know, after 3 years, the neighbors are finally speaking, so I guess I shouldn't complain. But I wanted to go through this board right here, and I wanted to talk to y'all just a second about Work Tuff gear and how I honestly feel about them. There we reset and come back. Sorry about that. I edited a bunch of it out. Everything they do, Kirk, Grugs was a big force, and like, hey man, Work Tuff gear is awesome. But my guy Kirk was really where I first heard of Work Tuff gear. He had found a couple of their knives, I believe the Tayal or Mountain Bushman. And I was talking to him the other day, and he was like, man, it's just insane. I took my Work Tuff gear knives over, and we're looking at his and mine and all that. The consistency of quality, of fit, finish, edge alignment, bevels being matching, handle scales, all of that throughout the past couple years is on point, man. And Kirk even said, and he is a critic, believe me, not in a bad way. He just knows his shit and he knows what he likes. But he's like, dude, it's incredible. They hit a home run every time. And he's right. That's why when I tell y'all I would bet my life on Work Tuff gear, I'd bet my life on them. Everything's solid. It's a beautiful knife. Y'all know we don't get in much to the whole ooh and ah of a knife or how it's designed or anything like that. My main goal is, does it work? Now I want y'all to watch right here. This is one of the big reasons I like this knife. We're going to cut sandblast hose and high pressure air hose, both of which are 1/4 inch thick or better. Both are made of different materials. Now I stabbed both. I wanted to do a couple different cuts right here. All right. Good cutting power here. Good penetration on the stabbing. But the thing is this, I changed my grip a couple times, and once you get the sandblast hose going, it'll cut through it pretty quick. You just got to get it going. The thing I love about this particular knife is the shape and the blade profile. All right, it's got kind of a tactical kind of look, but it's highly functional. Right there, we stab straight through, go down, and cut it. Now this is about 2.5 inch diameter high pressure air hose. All right, and again, guys, I show you this stuff just to kind of give you a visual of what this knife can do. It's a great knife, and again, I can't speak to the combat. Never been in the military, never served. I've been stabbed a couple times. I don't know if that counts for anything. I don't know about the combat part, but the overall utility part. Think about just in these few minutes. We went right through a tire on a couple stabs. We cut all the way around it. We've cut 2 different kinds of high pressure hose. We chopped through a 2x6, a pressurized, pressure treated 2x6. We're going to do the John Peters stab test right here. One of the better stabbers that I've tested here recently. I think we got 3 pieces pretty clean. That's anywhere from 3/16 to 1/4 inch sidewall of a tire. And it just right there. We didn't have to double pop or anything. And we don't do a huge, when I tell y'all I'm a novice at best, that's the truth. We don't raise a knife up over our head and jam it down to 6-8 inch punch. This is one of the biggest tests to me. If a knife can pass this, okay, now for a knife that's 0.196 inches thick, it's not just a sharpened crowbar. That's a fallacy. Now look at this tip right here. The tip is razor sharp. This is that 2-inch ratchet strap, toe strap, whatever you want to say. No problem. And this is one of those tests. This and the sandblast hose kind of show me more than anything. I'll tell you this, those canvas MICARTA handles, while I was chopping, absolutely no problem whatsoever. Just went straight through it. Rubber hose here, no problem. No hot spots during the stab. When we do the drop test and throw it at the stump test and the stab test, we're testing the edge a little bit. We're testing the tip some, but we're also checking to see how the handle scales are holding on. Did they loosen up? No. They work well. The stab test is a good way. I'm not going to pry with a knife. I don't do that. I could go through and snap just about every knife I own. That doesn't show me personally a whole lot. But that stab test, jamming that knife down into the sidewall of that tire, it shows you a little bit, shows you the toughness. Now there's some wire stripping, and again, some of this stuff I do every day. I did it yesterday. I stripped some wire at work to make a ground. It's SK85, so it's easily sharpened. It's got a 90-degree spine, so it throws sparks like a monster, son. And that choil, y'all have heard me say this many, many times. I love a choil on a blade. Now, we did some chopping. I want to just do this chopping for the control. This looks a lot worse on film, like close to my hand. It really wasn't. When I was watching this back, I thought, Lord, I'm going to hear it. But I was safe at all times. But I want y'all to watch the control. Now, like I said, the blade length is 6.7 inches. Cutting edge is like 6.3 inches. But it acts like a much longer blade. What do I mean? I mean, every chop, it lands where I want it to land. It does what I want it to do. No edge damage whatsoever. None. At the end, we're going to do our normal walk in and just cut a piece of paper. Did it, Dole? Sure it did, man. Look at all the stuff we cut. But it still was able to cut paper. And this obviously was a test over 2-3 days, okay? I enjoy demonstrating this, and I say this about every Work Tuff gear knife I get. It's my favorite, but I'm going to tell y'all, this is one that will go into my EDC rotation on the weekends for hunting, fishing, camping, etc. Great camp knife, and you've seen the penetration it can do. Here we're just processing up some wood. It has no problem doing that. We're going to use all kinds. That's one thing. Somebody asked me, Scab, why do you baton so many? I want to show you different types of wood. Some hardwoods, some dense woods, some thicker woods, some softwood. A little bit of everything. And put the knife through it. And just show y'all. If you need to make a fire, if you need to process wood, if you need to make some tent stakes, you need to make feather sticks. This knife can do all of it. This to me is a jack of all trades. If you got stuck somewhere, I would want this knife. I'm telling you, you can do the chopping if you wanted to build a shelter. You know, you're not going to knock down a pine tree with it, but if you're in a survival situation you're not going to need to. I'd say it's a great medium chopper. I think that's fair, but it's an all-around great knife. Those canvas MICARTA, that Work Tuff Gear WTG does awesome on their G10. I don't think anybody can touch them on their G10. But I'm telling y'all, once you put your hand on that canvas MICARTA, son, now there's some of that hardwood from Ace Hardware that'll just run you nuts, but the knife had no problem. But once you use those canvas MICARTA scales, man, you'll be hooked. I mean, this knife was one of the joys. I've been trying to keep my videos, guys, between 10 and 13 minutes. Just try to pack them with a bunch of stuff. And this one's a little long because I just enjoy testing the knife, demonstrating the knife, using the knife. It's a joy. Real quick, guys, let's do some shout outs. Donnie B All-day is going to 10,000. Let's get Donnie there. Go over there, subscribe. He's an awesome dude. He's a brother. Joe from Steel Forged and Fire Sword and Knife. Awesome guy. He's my partner on Blade Talks. There's Blade Talk with Scab and Joe. Go check those two guys out for sure. Subscribe to my other channel, Blade Talk with Scab and Joe. And then my guy, Karl Ruedger, is an awesome brother, awesome dude. And Eric Husyan, another guy. Now, Eric and Karl both are jack of all trades with blades. They're in the swords, a little bit of everything. And they have great channels. And one more guy I want to throw in is KC Blade Drip. That dude is just an awesome dude. He has an awesome channel. And guys, go check the links in my description. Go check my community page. Check out those channels. Support those channels. Ride with those channels, man. They're awesome. Listen, there's my little feather stick and flower. I love y'all. God knows I do. God bless y'all. I hope he does. My boy Mikey says it best. Everything's going to be all right. I'm Scab. You're not. I'm gone, son.